Let's go.
Good morning. This is Gerry. I'm Reza. We're with SocialParent. Real quick about us, we started the company a couple of years ago whose prime mission was to connect people with what matters most, which was their families and their homes. Suffice to say, it's not a startup anymore. It's been launched by Comcast and ADT and a whole bunch of other guys. We left about a year ago to jump into what we felt was the next big thing, and it's SocialParent. And what we've done with SocialParent is something that's never been done with social before. So let's show you what it is. So SocialParent is the first social network that's really treating the family, the mom, dad, the kids, and a dog, really, as the atomic unit of social interaction. That's never been done before. You're looking at my, my account on SocialParent. This is my feed. And I don't know if you scrolled up, you saw the family, but these are basically feeds and posts from not just us and my family, but also other families that we care about. It's about the circle of trust, those trusted families that we've collected over the years because of our kids, because of school, soccer, baseball, whatever. And we love these guys. These guys are people that we go on vacation with. We love them to death. We do play dates with, birthday parties, sleepovers, babysitting, whatever. Highly trusted, highly powerful network. And we manage this network. This is a dozen or so families that are in this network that we've invited into our trusted circle. We can, of course, manage this network very easily and add to it by using our contacts or Facebook or any of the groups that we're in, or even suggestions from SocialParent, some of the recommended families that are recommended to us based on geography, based on the family profile, age of the kids, the interests of the kids. So let's show you a couple of use cases of how this would be used. For my family, you know, oftentimes we just last minute decide to go play soccer with the kids. I wanted to do that last weekend with my son Alex, and we always rack our brains, who do we invite? Well, I put a posting up there that says, you know, it's Reza from the Rajis, because it's family-based. I said, look, anybody up for a quick soccer game this afternoon? And within about an hour, we had a team put together. And again, these were people that we wanted to go and play soccer with. I know their parents, my kids know their kids. I would never have done this on Facebook for multiple reasons because of privacy and the spam level and the noise level. And frankly, I don't want half of those people to know what I'm doing, let alone show up at the park. So what we did is, based on these threads, we hit the plan button on the top of the conversation thread and very quickly turned that into a plan. This is how families plan. They don't go to Outlook and come up with a meeting place and a time. They do it conversationally, and they say, look, we want to do this, who's up for it? And you have a conversation thread going on, and you immediately turn it into a plan. That's what we've done. It's one of the key features of how SocialParent works. So, problem solved. Another use case for us is my wife and I go out every once in a while. We get a babysitter, and invariably the babysitter cancels, you know, a third of the time. Last minute often. And this happened to us last week, I should say. Went ahead and put up a post on SocialParent that said, crap, our babysitter canceled. Who can help? And within an hour, not only do we have great recommendations for babysitters, again, from a very trusted source, but we also had a couple of sleepover offers. It was fantastic. Again, these are families where I don't mind my kids sleeping in their house, or I would definitely take the recommendations for a babysitter in a heartbeat. So, problem solved. Let me show you how you quickly share on SocialParent. We have a handy-dandy share button on the bottom. When you click that, we've come up with the 6 use cases, or the pain points really for families. You can check in, post a comment, post a photo, plan, send a message to another family, or recommend something to another family. The recommendations on planning we've discovered through a lot of research are the 2 pain points, 2 things that families do all the time. It's just lost in the shuffle. If I recommend something to somebody, they forget about it. And we made that super easy to do. The last thing I want to show you is Radar. It's a feature we have, which is a visual way for you to not only discover other families, but also your family members, as well as recommendations that your circle of trust has made over time. So if I'm in Monterey and I want to know what restaurants to go to, yes, I can go to Yelp. But if I can get a recommendation from one of these trusted families, again, our extended family effectively, that's worth 100 times more because it's a known quantity. So that's SocialParent. We are on the App Store. Go and download it and just have fun with it. We're raising a seed round right now. We have a terrific team and a whole great bunch of advisors, ex-executives from Palm, Nokia, Disney, and Intuit. And we're at the demo pit. Please come check us out. Thanks for your time.
Judges. nice demo, and it's actually kind of cool. I might dispute it's the first ever, but certainly an interesting category to go after. Any initial numbers on usage that you'd like to share?
No, we literally went on the App Store this past Friday. We held back because obviously the show, we couldn't come out of stealth mode. But
okay. Any alpha, beta tests you've been running privately that you can talk about sort of usage?
We've done alpha testing and we've done usability testing, and the reaction has been phenomenal. It's
phenomenal is nice, but could you like add some detail of people actively log in on a daily basis, weekly basis? What kind of usage numbers?
People, the usage. So for us, it's not about the quantity; it's the quality of the engagement. So. Typically,
that's kind of a bullshit answer, but I would love to know why you think that.
No, absolutely. So typically, families have an order of 20 to 30 families that fall into their circle.
Great.
It's not 500 and it's not 2. It's around.
Short answers, get to the point. Next question.
Bullshit, come on, like this is actually getting interesting right now. Let me let him answer that.
No, I know, I just want to make sure he gets more questions and doesn't run out. He answered the question.
I don't have a question, but I have a statement. I think as someone who has a family, this is probably one of the first apps I've seen that I would actually actively put my family on. So thank you.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
So what's your seeding strategy since it's a network effect? How are you going to try and get a critical mass of users in a given geography so they can actually talk to their friends and hopefully sort of grow the network?
Yeah, Jeff, so we built virality into the product, so very easy to invite other families. And of course, we build a user experience that we think is pretty cool and people love using it, so they'll continue to use it and invite other families. So
how do you plan on making money with this?
Great. So 5 words: laser-focused, local ads and deals. So we know the families, we know them really well, and we can deliver ads that are relevant to their kids who play soccer, not a diaper ad or a deal, as well as the local merchants that are around you.
How do you deal with overlapping circles when a family belongs to one parent circle but does not belong to another one, but they got added because of someone else?
Yes, so good question. So we have 2 kinds. We showed you the trusted circle, the inner circle that a family has, but the app, which we didn't show you, also supports secondary circles, soccer team, classroom families, church group, or whatnot, which are 1 degree away from you, but you still have to interact with those circles and engage with them because you're a parent. Parenting is the oldest social task, and we wanted to make sure that we have the tools to let you do that and navigate the landscape.
As opposed to hyper-local advertising, I would think that a freemium model would sort of lend itself nicely to this kind of application. Don't you think it's better? Because finding an inventory of hyper-local ads which are relevant is going to be really hard. So
yes. Yeah, the other revenue model we've entertained, we haven't done anything about it yet, is it's a free app, but once you can only have maybe up to 20 parents, or maybe you can make only 5 plans or be part of 3 groups. Beyond that, you have to pay maybe a few bucks a month. And I think, if we've done a good job, which I think we have, it's a no-brainer for people to spend a couple of bucks a month for this.
Do you find that having users create any type of activities and recurring activities in particular that drives engagement?
Yes, we found the impromptu activities are the ones. It's like, we have a few hours free this afternoon, what do we do? Okay. And it's not a particular kind of activity. It could be going to the park, it could be just meeting for a play date or whatever. But it's the timing and the temporality of the event that seems to be the key here.
Do you have any goals for sort of weekly or other types of active use that you think is success?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
What do you think is success for a family, weekly use, daily use?
It's daily, it's multiple times a day.
Okay.
Because what we found through our research is parents already know who this network is. They already know this circle of trust. Then they're already interacting with it. Right. They're just doing it in a very clumsy, random, serendipitous way. Right. Do
you expect the kids to have mobile devices that they're using this as well, and any age limit where you see that sort of kicking in?
Yes, the kids, it's an unexplored part of our app, but we allow kids, when you create your family profile, to add an email for the kids. And we, frankly, haven't monetized or figured out how to monetize that down the road. But the idea is that kids can actually be a part of this down the road as well, to say, my kids are now older, and they can say, I want to have a play date with so-and-so. Okay. So they can actually get engaged and involved.
So that's not necessarily part of this. You could just have the parents and it would be okay?
Right now, we target it as a tool for parents. Okay. Yes.
Got it.
By the way, I think another revenue model, because to me this kind of replaces the email list that I'm on with all of the family members, is maybe buying and selling things. So, you know, a lot of parents give away stuff or sell stuff, and I'd rather sell it to, you know, family and friends.
Sure, absolutely.
So that might be another
Absolutely.
thing for you guys to pursue.
Have you guys,
The local bulletin board kind of a concept, yes.
since most people, you can just step forward a little bit, step forward. Yeah. So since most people use email for this, have you thought about building a bridge where it could allow some people to use email and some people to use the app? So I could be getting the updates in an email thread like I normally do for the 2/3 of neophytes who, you know, don't have the app, and then the other one,
Yeah.
or it could be using the app and telling them, hey, get in the app, get in the app, get in the
Yeah,
app.
no, that's a great question, which we also didn't show. One of the unique things about our social network here is that we have not excluded the people that are not on SocialParent. So if you're not on SocialParent for whatever reason, you still can engage with these networks through email. You can get updates, you can get plan notifications, you can get post updates. It's a degraded experience, obviously. It's not as rich as having the app, but we're not excluding anybody that's not on SocialParent.
Awesome. Any other questions?
I would probably just put the Facebook integration front and center. It took me a while to actually find it and use it on here, and I would put it immediately as part of the login. Don't
Got it.
force me to create a separate account.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We did it it's by design. We decided, because we're all about privacy and security, we didn't want to have the sign in with Facebook be the first thing you see when you get up on here. We do have Facebook integration inside the app. So for onboarding, we allow you to go and look at your, you know, mom or dad can look at their Facebook friends and say, click, 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 invite.
Yeah, that's going to slow adoption, though. I would just make it an optional login on the very front and be clear about suggesting that, you know, this will not share information, you know.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's a good
So let's
suggestion.
hear it for SocialParent, and welcome Doze.